really hope I'm not going to have any unpleasant dreams with the lack of cool collectibles I find inside this case. Here's your spooky spot on the Elvira, Mistress of the Dark VHS collector's case. Yes, we are doing it again. I've picked up yet another of the VHS collector's case from my local Spirit Halloween. I think by now, every time I walk through the door, they must look over at me and think, here comes that sucker again who's buying those blasted VHS collector's tapes. I know right now the price of these are way too high for exactly what you're going to find inside. Yet, though, if you are one that likes to collect the VHS style of cases, which I just happen to have myself, what's the last few that I've actually looked at? I think the last one, in fact, we looked at was The Exorcist. I've also got myself the Terrifier. I'm not going to bring them all in simply just because, again, like we've looked at quite a lot of them here on this channel. That's also the Trick or Treat over there as well. So I figured it would be time to pick up yet another couple of these. And this year, I ended up picking up 3. I'm just going to put these over off to the side for right now. It's something, you can look at in the background. But I picked up this one, and I also picked up one other one as well. So I think we're happy just to kind of stick with the 3 VHS collector's cases for this year. And then I'm sure next year I'm going to be doing this again. This has, though, reversible package art, and it does contain 6 items inside for one great price. Again, it's sort of questionable whether you consider this to be a great price or not. This would, though, set you back $18.90. I don't know why I'm moving my finger so much. $18.99. What's cool, though, about this is it does have an old vintage sticker that says, "Don't be fined, please rewind." And of course, it does have Elvira herself. Looks like she's somebody's going to be setting things ablaze. And unfortunately, though, Elvira is still tied to the post when they're doing that. Spirit Collector's box does have 6 great items inside. And then on the back of the box, it does have a read-up. Elvira, the sultry and macabre television horror hostess, unexpectedly inherits a haunted mansion in a conservative small town. With her bewitching beauty, sharp wit, and perchance for dark and outrageous, the TV temptress shakes up the town's traditional values and sparks chaos as she attempts to uncover the secrets of her inheritance. Along the way, she battles judgmental townfolk, supernatural forces, and uncovers her own hidden powers. This raucous and campy tale is a celebration of individuality and self-acceptance, wrapped in a delightful blend of horror and humor, with Elvira's unforgettable charisma at the forefront. Other things that you'll find inside, you'll get a patch, you'll get 2 buttons, 2 decals, or stickers if you prefer, and 1 lanyard. There's Elvira down below. This is recommended apparently for 14 and up, although I'm sure, though, if somebody went in there at 11, I don't think the person behind the counter would say, "Oh, no, hold on there, chap," because they call everybody chap who's of a small size. "Hold on there, chap. Hold on there, fella. You can't be buying this. I don't think you're 14 and up." One thing that's cool, though, also about these cases is that you can flip around them. So, of course, on the inside, if you're familiar with these by now, you get yourself the VHS tape, but the VHS tape is all the things that are going to be stored inside. So there's goodies all to be found inside. The old clamshell case does look like something you'd expect to see from the old 80s video store strip plaza stores. I love like the old Video 99s. Would all be things I would go to as a kid and in high school. I used to rent tons of VHS tapes at my local Spirit 99, Video 99. One thing too, again, if you don't like these obnoxious labels down below, to kind of give away the fact that this clearly isn't a VHS case, you can, though, slide these out. Although sometimes I've noticed that they do get stuck inside, and you can flip it around. So it does, well, one thing I do like about the original one is that it has more age along the spine, and it looks a little bit more yellowed. It does also remove, unfortunately, the "Don't be fined, please rewind." It has everything, this side has everything I would want on it, except for the 6 items at one great price. When you flip it around, you lose all of that. But again, we're going to just kind of flip this around so you guys can see. If you would like to have this, though, on your shelf, it certainly does look a little bit more pleasing to the eye, and it doesn't look like something you just bought from Spirit Halloween. It looks like an old VHS case. Now, I have also tried these, in case you're curious, with VHS tapes, and they seem to also fit as well. So if you happen to have an old Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, maybe on VHS, you could use about the same size tape and put it inside the clamshell case. So we'll put the case right there. And then we'll go ahead and open this all up. Now, this was rated PG-13 back in the day. I think PG-13, you could get away with a whole lot. I think you probably were allowed one swear word. Maybe it was one swear word in a movie to give you at least that PG-13 garning. Anything after the fact, if you had more swear words, if you had other things in there as well, inappropriate for kids, then the PG-13 would be changed to, I guess, adult accompaniment, and then it would be restricted. That may be the other way around. But we've got Spirit Home Video. For best picture quality, adjust your tracking controls. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark Collector's Box. Runtime, 1 hour, 1 minute, 58 seconds. I really do hope that that is correct and that number is right. But what we're going to be more interested, though, to see is we're going to open this up and we're going to check the contents inside. Now, I actually saw Elvira long before I saw The Exorcist, which was the one I also picked up this year. I grabbed that one first, then I grabbed The Exorcist. I went back just recently and I grabbed myself a third title. And I won't tell you what the title is. We're going to be looking at it in an upcoming video. Pulling the contents, though, all out. I guess the first thing we'll have a look at. What's the last thing in there? The last thing that's in there will be the first thing we have a look at. It's this pretty cool looking patch. Looks like an old playing card where we have Elvira flipped around. Instead of course, the Queen, we've got ourselves Elvira, the Mistress. Flip it around, so again, it looks the exact same image whether you flip it up or you flip it down. You flip it all around, and it's still going to be Elvira. This is just sewn on the back, so in order to do that, the embroidered threads are highly prone to melting. Do not apply an iron directly. Preheat the iron for 5 minutes on a high setting. Pre-iron your garment where you plan to place the patch. Then place the patch. Place a lightweight pressed cloth over the patch. Press firmly with the back and forth motion for 40-45 seconds. Turn the piece inside out. And with a back and forth motion, iron the back side of the patch for 45 seconds while pressing firmly. And then that will be attached to a jean jacket, a jean vest, jean pants. Anything that's denim, I think, would work the best. Some people would prefer leather. You can also go, maybe leather's probably not a good idea. Stick with more fabrics. Do we want to see what it looks like inside? I mean, I know we kind of get the gist of this. Where is the opening of this? Oh, the opening's on the bottom. So we're just going to open it up, pull the patch out, just so you guys can see a better look of it. I mean, it looks good. It certainly would, though, stand out if you happen to have like a denim vest, like I happen to have a denim vest. That would stand out rather nicely. To go along with that, you also get yourself some Elvira stickers. And the decals, it's funny, though, that they actually give instructions on the back for decals. Clean and dry the smooth surface. Put decal on the surface, sticky side down. Whew, I'm glad they told me that. I was actually going to put the sticky side on my face and then be surprised then that I can't get it stuck onto my binder. Removal, lift a corner of the graphic and peel off the decal. Decals can be applied to many different surfaces and finishes. Porous, I think, would probably be the harder thing because it's not going to stick as well. And you also want to put it on something that you know you will want to be taking off. Like, don't be sticking this on the coffee table because you might change your mind down the road. We've got a full size. I say full size. That would be about the same size as Jenna Ortega. Oh, come on. With the short jokes? Really? But that's a good size. It's unfortunate, though, that there's a crease right around her middle. It's almost like as if it's been bent. And it does look like it may have been bent somehow when it was putting in package. So unfortunately, mine has got this obnoxious line right there. It sounds like a cat's got loose. Right there. There's a little line. I've also got this one here that doesn't look like it's got a line. That could also be. Oh, I wonder if that's probably also where, yeah, it gets separated. But unfortunately, though, where you peel the back, it's just, it's leaving that line right there. I'm going to keep looking at that, and that's going to bother me. So it doesn't bother me as much. I'm going to put it over here so I'm not looking at it as much. Then we've got Elvira, of course, with a coupe, her car. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Funny though enough, my phone also agreed. Funny though enough, it's the exact same image. It's just, it's even smaller of a Jenna Ortega. It's even smaller of a size, but the exact same Elvira. Again, you just peel the backs off so you can stick that where you need to put it. Then you got yourself a couple of pins. You've got Elvira now on video. I like the look of that one. You just basically have Cassandra Peterson's eyes and, of course, the top of her hair. And then you've also got this one here, which probably looks a lot better if we open it up. I can already hear the moans in the background. Everybody's like, oh, bro, seriously, you really keep wasting your money on these stupid VHS cases. I mean, come on, who else in their right mind are buying these VHS cases? I'd like to hope that I'm not the only sucker that's buying these. So again, we've got Elvira now on video. And then we've got this one right here. Get a good look at this one. Again, Mistress of the Dark. Very, very cool looking pin. It's simple enough pins, too. Do they have instructions for the pins? Do they? Where's the bag for this? There's not. It just says warning, sharp point. Well, at least they got the point across. I'm here all day. Actually, I'm really not here all day. I got other things I need to do as well. How these pins work, in case you needed instructions, you basically just you pop this down, you pin it onto something you need to pin, and then you just put the pin back where you left it. Put it back so it doesn't poke you in the chest or poke you in the arm or poke you wherever you're putting this pin. Sorry for spitting on everybody. Last thing that we have, though, is we have the lanyard. The lanyard also comes with an ID card, or more the case for the card. And again, we open this up. So we've got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark on one side. Elvira makes her big screen debut in a hot new comedy. On the back, seems to be the exact same. With that, though, we also got Elvira, that bat symbol motif. That looks kind of cool. Rubbery plastic, of course. And attaching everything together, we've got an Elvira lanyard, which I would have normally said I could wear to work, but I think under the circumstances of exactly what's on this necklace, I don't think I'd be able to wear this. So again, we've got a perfectly cut, unfortunately, but yeah, it's revealing a whole lot, as Elvira generally reveals quite a lot. And then there is the clip on the end, so you just attach the two, put this around your neck, clip it together, or if you have a small enough neck or a small enough head, you probably don't even have to do that at all. Pretty cool, though. I mean, again, like you got the lanyard that, once you've really removed the card, you could put yourself your ID card in there as well. Again, wherever you end up working, that ends up needing an ID card. We also got ourselves inside a patch. Patch looks pretty cool. Couple of pins. And we also got ourselves some stickers. Now, if you take the tally of all of that and you start to do the math, you maybe bring out the second hand and maybe you have to start taking off your socks to do counting things on your toes as well. Maybe some could say that that is clearly not worth $18.99. I would probably tend to agree. If this was just, let's say, all in just a bag, and it just said Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and you just peeled open the bag and you dumped out the contents and was sold for the same price, I would probably have said, yeah, I would agree. $18.99, $19 plus your tax is way too high for essentially what you're getting inside. The fact, though, that they also include it in a VHS box, and then they also include the clamshell case. I think the clamshell case is what kind of, for me, makes up for the fact that the prices of what the contents are is a little too steep. I do like the look of the box. This actually is one of those cases where I feel like the box insert looks better the other way around because it looks a little more aged. This looks brand new, pristine. But again, if you have been collecting any of the VHS collector's cases, I've gotten quite a lot over the years. Again, I can now add another one to it. The Elvira, I don't think was there last year. If it was, I certainly didn't see it, or they may have sold out by then. But this year, I was able to actually grab this. I grabbed it at the same time that I grabbed the recently looked at Exorcist VHS collector's case. Again, what do you guys think of these? Let me know down below in the comment section. Way too expensive? Too much waste of a money? Or do you think that these are actually cool and would like to get these yourself? Let me know what you guys think of these down below. If you guys did also enjoy this video, you can do it a stall and throw it a like. You guys want to stick around for more? So I hope so. Certainly going to be more spookerific reviews coming your way for the rest of Spottober, so I hope you guys are going to be coming back for that. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.